This is the OmniStation MKll from Qualcomm International Canada. This is a redesigned version of the OmniStation. It has a new transmitter, a new mixer, and most of all, it's ready to receive 100 volts to 240. So you can use it in North America, in Africa, wherever in the world without having to switch anything. My name is Pierre-Yves Metreux with Qualcomm Canada, and I will present you the OmniStation MKll. And they come in these two flight cases, which are the size that you can check in airplanes. They have wheels and a pull-out handle. They have a reference on each case, and it tells you which unit it is. Once you have it on your desk, you can open the front and the back. This is the transmitter unit. As you see, it is all open here. You have the transmitter. This is a 1U version. Other versions have 2Us. They're a bit bigger, but there's enough space. And they have a drawer with all the equipment I will show you later. And this is the backside of each cases. We recommend to open the front and the back at any time. Here you can power the whole station with one inlet. It supports voltage from 100 to 240. And from this one, you can either output from here and feed the studio side, or you can feed the studio side directly if you have a socket in the studio. And then from the studio side, you go out with the audio output back into the transmitter, and then you go out the antenna. And this is the studio side. You have a multimedia player, the inline mixer, some inputs, and a drawer for equipment. In the studio case drawer, you have a few audio items. You have a radio receiver, so you can check what is happening live. You have microphone cables. You have two microphones with table stands. You have a case with headphones and connectors. And last but not least, you have a laptop. And that will be what you need for broadcast. In the transmitter case drawer, you have a series of cables. First cables you will find are power cables, and we are providing the two type of connectors that are mostly used around the world. The Schuko for 220 and the NEMA for 110. You also have an extension to power the studio out of the transmitter side. Then you have three sections of coax cables. A very short one that will be for testing. A very long one, that's the main one for the antenna. And a shorter length to go from the transmitter to the lightning protection. And finally, you will find a long XLR cable to feed the audio from the studio to the transmitter. Now, before you can turn it on, you want to connect an antenna. You need to deploy an antenna, but that will be described in a separate video. You want to take the short coax cable or the average length, connect it to the transmitter, and then to the lightning arrestor that we provide, and then to the antenna. Do not turn on the transmitter if you don't have an antenna or a dummy load. The dummy load is a little box I'm showing you here, and you can send the power in that dummy load if you don't want to transmit for real, but turn on the transmitter. To start using the OmniStation, you pick the cable that corresponds to your region, and you go power the transmitter side. At the other end of both of these cables, you have an IEC connector. You want to power the transmitter side first. And then you take the extension, IEC extension, and you go out of the transmitter side, and you go power the studio side. if you wish and if you can power the studio site directly, you can do it. We didn't provide a cable for that. We only provide the extension. And then you take the long XLR cable and you're going to link the studio using the audio output mono into the transmitter on the mono input. You're ready to go. Now, in theory, you can start broadcasting. You have the media player. You can play CDs, MP3 from USB sticks or SD cards, and you use the mixer, and you have audio going to the transmitter. All you need to do is turn on the transmitter. Of course, you can also use 1 or 2 microphones to do live broadcast. And we also provide a laptop with a playout program where you can play all your music or your pre-recorded programs. For that, you will find a USB cable in the back of the studio case that you want to connect to the laptop. And this is the OmniStation MKll from Galcom International Canada. Thanks for watching.